Hi, I decided to share a quick tip because sometimes you don't always have the equipment or software or things that you want, and you go, okay, I've got this image that I want to, work on and use. I have a hard copy of. And so this is a picture of a tree. It's a Norway spruce on my trip this summer. And I liked the perspective on it, and I thought it was pretty cool. But looking at and trying to get a print of it so you can use it as a place to start off with can be a challenge. So what I did then was I emailed it to myself and downloaded it. And you may notice that this is not Photoshop, not any fancy, subscription, but I put it in a Word document. I cut and pasted it in a Word document. And so I downloaded it, pasted it in, put it in there, sized it to the size that I wanted it to be. And because I didn't want it to quite look like the photograph and I was playing around with it, what you can do in Photoshop is if you go to something that says format picture, you can format picture, and you may notice here something called artistic effects. So you can do some artistic effects and, change it around without paying for a subscription to, software that costs money, without creating an, accessing an app and all. And so I used an artistic effect to kind of give it the look of drawing. So it's really kind of interesting, and more like what I wanted to do. So, on top of it, if you're in school, you can, most colleges, universities and all, allow students to access Microsoft Office 365 as a free software while they're currently a student. Additionally, you can also access it on, other things. You just, you can do a trial, and also it's no cost. But like I said, Microsoft Word has something that you can do to edit it. You can do it on your phone if you want, but it's not always work. Additionally, if you do not have a printer, because, hey, not everybody has the money for a printer, there are places you can go to get a print. For example, most people at school can go to the library, computer lab, and print things. There's a limit to how you can do. You can also go to, like I said, an office place, like Kinko's in the United States or Office Max, and pay a nominal fee. Usually it's less than $1 to do it. Additionally, you can also go to your public library, and they will charge you a minimal fee to print it. So that's one of those things that you can do to print an image that you want to do. Normally it's just black and white. Those office places like Kinko will allow you to do color prints if you want to go color print, because paying for a couple of prints, a couple of images this way is a lot cheaper than buying a printer. The one thing that I would advise you to do is to adjust your settings, and in this case I did a straightforward print and it looks like this. Well, it is cool, but it isn't what I expected. So I would advise you, when you're doing things for printing, to go to the settings and print it as grayscale, because if you go like grayscale and all, it won't print, you know, super dark like that is. And because I was going to be doing it as an image that I'm going to work on, this is what I'm doing. And this is just a piece of mat board. So another hint. So if you know somebody that goes and gets things framed, of course you want to use your coupon and save money. When you ask them to do the cutting the mat, ask them to include with it the inside of the mat, because anytime you go and buy a mat that's pre-cut, the inside isn't there. But this here is just the inside of where a mat was cut. Sometimes you can even go to framing shops and the like and ask them if they have any, and they'll either give them to you or give them to you at a nominal fee, because the goal is to save money wherever possible. And so what is this is going to be in the long run a relief print. So I took a pencil, you know, good old handy dandy pencil, drew the image. It wasn't quite where I wanted it, but I wanted it darker. And so the dark part is, these are Crayola Super Tips. I like the Crayola Super Tips. No, it's not designed for archival work, but it's cheap. It's got a point. You can do shading and all. And it actually is not as hard on material as trying to draw it. So I'm basically, it's going to be a relief print on the long run, but I figured, hey, Crayola's got the price that I can seriously afford. So I figured you guys might want to, you know, think about it, because it's also something I already had. So I thought, you know, these were some quick tips that you might want to consider, because if you buy certain things, they're going to be expensive, and most of us don't have the money to do super duper things. And this actually in the long run is going to be a print. So I hope this is helpful, and thank you so much for watching. You have a great day.